Hey guys, Michelle here, coming to you with Tone Bump Fitness, and I wanted to help you guys understand how to diet, eat healthier, and not drop your supply while breastfeeding. So my biggest suggestion for you is to track your food. That is the only way to make sure that you're eating enough. So whenever you go to do your calculations and you do that subtraction to get you in a calorie deficit, don't do that subtraction, and that is where you need to be for breastfeeding, because typically the subtraction is about 400 calories for you to be in a deficit. Well, when you're breastfeeding, you need that extra 400 or 500 calories to make sure you are eating enough to be able to keep up with your supply. So that's the number one thing that I would suggest, is tracking your food and making sure that you are eating enough and making sure that you are not in too much of a deficit until you have breastfed for typically about 6 to 8 months. Once you get there, then you're usually able to drop your calories a little bit because you have maintained a supply for so long that you don't have to worry about dropping your supply. But I would not suggest that without the assistance from a coach, a macro coach, or somebody that's kind of experienced in that. So track your food, make sure you're eating enough. I would also suggest to eat whenever you're hungry. So that is the biggest thing. A lot of people talk to me about, being very hungry when you're breastfeeding, and having those snacks is very important, because if you end up skipping the snacks, then you're probably going to overeat on some other food. So what I would suggest is to make sure that you're snacking, and make sure that those snacks are filling. Have a high protein snack, have something that's really going to fill you up. You don't have to stay away from carbs. You can actually have more carbs while you're breastfeeding because you're going to burn them all faster. So I would suggest a high protein snack to really keep you full throughout the day and in between those meals that you already have planned. I would definitely suggest eating all 3 meals and probably 2 snacks, maybe even a third at night after supper, because you may be having that late night craving, especially if you're breastfeeding right before you go to bed. So those are my 3 things. Those are my 2 things. Number 3 would actually be to make sure that you're eating your high protein, and I would also add a veggie for each meal. I'm not really a huge fan of vegetables for breakfast. I just can't, stomach them. I just am not hungry for them in the morning. So I typically do like double doses. The nurse in me says dose. So I typically do double servings for lunch, to kind of compensate for no veggie for breakfast. So you can add veggie, high protein snacks, veggies for lunch and dinner, and then make sure that you're drinking enough water. That is probably bigger than nutrition, is making sure that you are drinking half your body weight of water. And I mean not healthy lemonade added with your water, like strictly just water. So at least that's minimum, is half your body weight of water. If you can stomach more water, that's fantastic, because your body automatically gives all of your water to your organs, and then it goes to your milk ducts. So you need to make sure you're eating enough for that exact same reason, because your body is going to take care of all of the other organs before it makes your milk ducts I can't even speak anymore, before it makes sure that your milk has enough calories for it to be produced. So I hope that helped you guys, and let me know if you have any other questions about dieting with not dropping your supply, because I also can help you with meal plans. Just let me know if you ever need anything.